used to drive them goddamn school buses.
Man, them bitches thought I was a race car driver. I go back there and pick them kids up. Some of the parents say, I don't know, I want my kid to get on that bus or not. I'm coming in that bitch with that bitch to the bottom. I burned up about 2 tanks of gas a day. They fucked up when they told me, said, wherever you go, you take the bus with you. Shit, I be all on the block and everything with that motherfucker. You know wherever I get in with some gas on them, I got that radio up there on the ass. Bump. Huh?
What's the word, party people? You already know we in the building. You know who it is and what it is. You see that logo behind me. Anytime you see that, you already know what it is. And me, it's your boy Boston Craft in the building. Just came to speak to niggas about some shit, you know, shit going on within the week. That's it. Hope everybody's having a good weekend. You know what I'm saying? MLK Day just popped up, so it was a lot of people off on Mondays. Hope a lot of people got to enjoy it and do what they had to do. But on another note, yeah, man, really looking at matter of fact, hold on. It's some shit that was like bugging me all last couple days. I was gonna say all day, but last couple days, because I seen it maybe like yesterday, 2 days ago, something like that. I'm now in Dudley, trying to do something semi-illegal, get some squares, you know what I'm saying? And a motherfucker, white boy just walking through the hood, you know, kind of older, somebody sucker punched him, you know what I'm saying? And the nigga ran, you know, yo, motherfuckers gotta stop doing that to people. And that's just like a bad look on the community, on hood dudes, you know, all of us that look that way, that would fit that description, you know what I'm saying, where people in public places doing shit to people for no reason. I can't really say it was for no reason. It looked like it was just out the blue, but it's like, you know, at any cause, that shit's crazy. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us, we come from this struggle, this violent shit, but a lot of people don't. And a lot of people, when they get caught in these situations, these shits be life-changing situations. You know, a lot of situations with us be life-changing, but motherfuckers continue to keep going. But to people that really, like, never been in a fight, never really had any interactions that was negative, it looks crazy. You know what I'm saying? And I was thinking about, like, me, like, if somebody did that to me, or if I was in a white boy neighborhood and they just teed off on me, no reason, I'm just coming, that shit's crazy. And this is not the first time I seen it. I seen it a couple times, and what made me think, it was something about a young white boy on a corner with like an older black dude, I think, that was watching over him, and his little brother, and a car drove like a little bit by and then stopped, and like a dude that was like 27 jumped out, punched the kid for no reason. Kid had to be like 14, 15, and in the process I was looking at all the things that came with that punch, you know what I'm saying, as far as like him having PTSD, him you know, feeling a way out in public now, and they probably didn't say it, but feeling a way around black people now. And people don't look at that like, that shit do put you in a, yo, I don't want to be around black people. Even if you're never racist, some shit like that I think can make you racist. Because you look at Dudley as like an all black place. So for you to be in Dudley just moving and then somebody punch you, that shit, yo, that shit had me like boiling in the inside. Like real shit. Like I couldn't even believe that shit. I couldn't even believe niggas are still doing that. And this wasn't even like a young kid. This was like a motherfucker that looked like he was older than me. And I'm even asking the niggas that's down there, you know, just cool and whatever have you, yo, how the fuck is niggas letting that shit happen? Like, you know what I'm saying? This shit makes it hot for y'all. Niggas trying to come through and get squares, like you can't even get squares because of this shit. And that's why police be on shit, because it be dumb shit like that happening, and then it don't be none of us speaking up on it. It don't be none of us really like, hold on, what the fuck? Like, nah, that ain't what up. We got to rectify that situation. And we get into a lot of things with each other, right or wrong. But a lot of us come from it, fighting in your hood with the dudes on your block that maybe go outside your block. So certain things we kind of alarm this shit. We see certain things, you kind of, hold on, this shit look funny. But it's like people that never been into this, that shit is like a fucked up feeling. And please believe there are black people that never been in these situations. Don't think it's just white people. Like, there are older black people that never had an incident in their life. And people like that shit be traumatizing too. Like, it just don't be, we got into it today or whatever have you know what I'm saying? Like, that shit was just like, I couldn't believe it. Like, I really couldn't. And I feel like, not to say dudes be around it, because like I said, I don't think no real dudes was there. So I think it would have played out a little bit different. But I do think at some point we need to start saying something about shit that's just out of line. And that right there was like out of line. It wouldn't matter if there was a old white dude, old black dude. It's like, it's out of line when motherfuckers is coming from work or on a lunch break trying to, and now this done happened to you. And then you have to think of how many people probably told them it ain't safe to walk down there. Mad people probably told them that. You shouldn't go down there and get lunch by yourself. Why don't you just get it delivered? He looking at it like, I'm just getting some fresh air, taking a walk. Like, I fuck with the community. Why would the community fuck with me? Like, motherfuckers be turning on people, and that's what get people to be, now fuck that community. Yeah, because of one incident, now we all suffer for that shit. And then what if he would have pulled up and would have been so nervous and pointed out the wrong person? Now somebody else got to eat that shit. And that happened in a lot of situations when it come to people that's not from our neighborhood. When they say who was it and they see a group of people, they just think to pick one. And now the one you picked ain't even the one. You done got somebody else. And like, it's a fucked up thing that can happen. And like, we got to start doing something about that. Like, we have to start like damn near policing our community. And I'm not saying breaking up crime, but like harming kids, harming like women, a bunch of shit that shouldn't be happening, harming innocent people just coming in the hood to get food. Like, that shit ain't cool. And God, man, it's a blessing. I done been out of state numerous times, and I always thought about that shit because I know with us, it don't take for something to happen. It just take one motherfucker out here to be on some dumb shit and do some dumb shit. And I worry about that a lot when I'm traveling, because when I be traveling, I be trying to do the same thing. I'm going to go into the hood, the center of it, and get something to eat, because that's where the real food be at. And when you try that, you're trying it with the, damn, I know anything can happen. And I know motherfuckers got to get it. That wasn't no like rob, no none. That shit was just straight some old dumb shit. That shit wasn't no bullying shit. That shit was some dumb shit. And I'm like, damn, when Jake's pull up, he done left other motherfuckers out like, this shit could go bad. And I think we got to start like respecting that, like being able to look and read the room. Nah, these are a bunch of people that just, and even like, because anybody could be our kids, our grandmother, our father, our mother. Like, that shit's whack when niggas is doing shit like that. Even if a nigga would have punched an old black man, or like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, what are we doing out here? And we make it two ways. We either make it to where people don't want to come in our community, or they flip-flop our shit and take us out of the community and put them in this motherfucker. And then when we in East Bumfuck and we come back, they just gonna hit us with trespassers. Like, yo, we got to think about this shit. We got to start getting some type of, like, cycle to the, like, some type of, like, motherfuckers just knowing better. Motherfuckers just being able to keep each other on their toes. And that's what I mean about policing the community. It ain't about going around, yo, and breaking down fucking Crime Stoppers now. It's about, yo, just being able to talk to a motherfucker. Yo, this shit might not even be worth it. You know, I was just watching homie, yo, shout out to niggas in the go, man, on them O Block niggas. I was just watching homie Shock on Land, his little interview he had going on and shit. And he was saying that about how that carjacking shit is heavy. And he saying how, like, yo, the motherfucking, this shit done got so bad to where the mayor done stopped it to where, like, yo, if you catch a carjacking, you got to do your full sentence. So if you get 10 joints, there's no parole, no probate, none of that shit. You got to do these whole numbers. She's doing so much shit to steer dudes away from it because it's like, bro, that shit ain't worth it. And then as we done seen, like he said, man, is it worth losing your life? A lot of people that be in these expensive cars be gripped up. And I'm not even talking about hood niggas. Regular civilians, it look like they shoot more motherfuckers than anybody. And when a motherfucker have a license for a hammer, and man, they good to go to let that motherfucker off. They not running, they not nothing. They motherfucking waiting for police to come. Nah, look at the video. This what he did. He jumped in my car, flinked the whole shit up. Like, yo, we have to start, like, looking at this shit and start trying to, like, move some way. A lot of these crimes, like, it ain't worth it, you know, and that's how I was with, like, sort of the coke game. Like, when I came home, like, it wasn't worth it to me. It was like, yo, all this fucking time I could do for this little amount of bread, or if I get caught, nah, that shit wasn't adding up. Y'all got to find something else to do. And a bunch of shit is going to be, you know, not equaling your work. But at the same time, it got to be worth, if this shit go bad, can I handle it? Can I take it on the chin? And that's why I tell niggas, like, niggas look at my record like, I don't have no Cody, so I ain't have a motherfucker to blame, or most of the shit I got caught, I was dolo. And if it was, we was deep as shit. For some reason, it seemed like if they let motherfuckers go, I wasn't one of them. And that's a real fact. And that's what I'm saying. You have to start looking at it. Me going in and out of jail was like, yo, is this shit worth it? Yo, should I be doing it? Like, you know what I'm saying? Then I had to think when I come home, okay, now you've been upstate. So if you was to get back now, like, you know, this shit's more time. You know how they gonna look at you. It's back to the bullshit. Like at some point I was thinking that shit too. Like, I don't know if he was a homeless dude. He kind of looked like it had some bags, but it's like, in my head, I started thinking like, damn, was he trying to go to jail to get somewhere to sleep? Could have been. Because that shit was that dumb. That shit was that dumb where it was like, the only thing you could have thought about was like, I'm going to get locked up for this shit. And I remember even when the 90s, Boston being at its worst, it was still then a code of this shit. You knew the people or people's aunts that came through the hood, and you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's what I mean. I think we was way more respectful in the 90s. Like, motherfuckers spoke to everybody's mother. Motherfuckers spoke to, motherfuckers helped everybody's mother or grandparents when they pulled up with bags. Like, it wasn't just her kids went. Everybody that was out there went to the car. Or you wasn't coming through that motherfucker asking for no juice and none of that shit out the fridge. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I think it was way more respect. We knew what it was. If you wasn't a motherfucker that was repping, then go ahead, keep going. Only time shit like that happened, it had to really be a civilian that thought, you know, back then they used to feel like, yo, we're going to test the gang members. We're going to stand up to them. But other than that, like, nah, just a motherfucker walking through, nah, let him through. Let him proceed to do what he do. And like I said, it looked like he worked somewhere around there, or he probably never knows. So many of these people live in the community now. Like a lot of these little side street got white families and other families in it. Like, yo, we gotta really get a grip on this shit. That shit was like disgusting, and that was something that I seen. I can only imagine the shit that really go on, the shit that nobody see. But it's like motherfuckers just terrorizing civilians. Yo, that shit is crazy. And shout out to the 2-time interview we got coming up. You know what I'm saying? That's what we got next on. The young boy trying to get his shine. He's a good artist. He's out here. He's ready to work. He been on his shit. Way before I even started like kicking it with him, I always seen like his grind was the music. You know what I'm saying? And not too many artists, they grind be the music. Dudes being in so much other shit, so many other things going on. So I definitely think that when you do run into them young artists and they trying to get they shit in order, that should be celebrated. You know what I'm saying? But that's who we got. We got a long list coming this month. We got Maul coming up from Survivor 90s Clothing, you know what I'm saying? He's on the list. So, you know, we got some good interviews coming up. Talking about a bunch of different shit. You know, here we not talking about none of the gossipy shit or the shit everybody know. Like, we trying to really get in touch with motherfuckers and really find out what made a lot of us go these ways. And, you know what I'm saying? Find these different ways to be able to hustle or get money. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of dudes looked at it like, yo, I got to find some other shit to do. And people don't know, like, you know, when you are trying to change your life, that shit a struggle. Especially when you're a motherfucker used to having shit or you used to dressing away and now you can't buy what everybody's in. It's crazy. Or you come home, you was the nigga, now you come home, other niggas are the niggas. You got to take the back seat. Like, it's a lot of shit you got to swallow your pride on when you really trying to stay on these streets. And that's why I tell a lot of dudes, even when they ask me, yo, what could I do to, try to change your life, my nigga? Like, that's all I can tell you. I can't give you a step-by-step booklet to stay free because there is no booklet. This shit's different for all of us. We all went different ways to try to stay out the game. There's dudes that never got into no other shit. And you got to find what is manageable for your life, for you, not what other people think, where you content at. Like some dudes, if you content, I got a job and I got this part-time and shit, I got a crib and I'm living, that's cool. You always got to be content. Tell people that. Don't come home trying to chase some shit and put yourself in the game because it'll fuck around, put you out of commission. Like, it's a lot of niggas that came home moving fast, they car got parked quick as shit. And R.I.P. my man School. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't even get to rap with him. We bump heads like two different times and, cuz is gone. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that's mad dudes I could think of that came home and shit happened to. Shout out to my old head AG. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's another one. Came home. We seen each other one time. That's why I be feeling funny sometimes seeing niggas from jail because it's like, it's so crazy. Like, real shit. Like, motherfuckers got to think about that. But, man, I just want to kick it with niggas and put some paint where it ain't. You know what I'm saying? And let everybody, just tune in, man. Share some of my thoughts, man. I'm trying to get better at this shit. I'm trying to be more active, more present. I want people to see me more because I want motherfuckers to tap in with me. Let's kick it. It don't matter what it's about. Let's chop it up. You know what I'm saying? I'm a motherfucker that like roasting, so on anything they can see me roast me. You see fucked up, half fucked up shirt, whatever it is, like, I'm for it. Let's get it in. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, let's make this a positive, fun place, a place we come positive energy. We could talk about negative shit, but even if we talk about something negative, let's find a way through that shit. Let's find a way to turn this shit into like a positive. Everything just can't be a negative situation we all been through. And there's so many dudes that made positive things out of negative situations. You know what I'm saying? It's dudes that shout out to all the niggas in Boston that's writing books. It's mad dope books out here. Like, get into it with that. It's 100 artists that really are nice as shit when it come to that book shit. And it's niggas that's giving you that history. And I always tell dudes, my main reason for wanting to do a podcast before anything, like, I didn't know a bunch of pods coming out of the Bean. So my thing was like, yo, we need one coming out of Boston where we have a platform. The dudes that normally wouldn't get the platform, that's what my platform's for. The rappers that normally wouldn't get the shine immediately, this is where you get that shine. My shit is to try to help the community, try to build bridges. I'm not trying to sign nobody, no dumb shit like that. But if I can help any nigga get his music to a wide range of people, shit, I'm for it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because that's what I always wish a motherfucker would have did for me. So the shit that I feel a person should have did for me, I'm willing to do for people. And at the same time, we got to bring this shit to fruition. Like I said, it's mad podcasts that I'm running into now. Yo, we got to all start linking up. We got to start partying together. We got to start talking our shit together. Like, we can't let motherfuckers think, I mean, anything is competitive. I tell niggas that, like, I do. I want my pod to be the number one pod. I don't fuck who's in the podcast space. It could be my mom. I'm trying to beat my moms to the top spot. Everything competitive, I understand that, but I don't have to disrespect, you know, my fellow podcasters or, you know, do shit to downplay they podcast. Like, nah, it's enough money for all of us to eat that have podcasters. It's enough money for everybody to eat to do music. It's just about motherfuckers being able to put it together. And before this podcast space get very congested in Boston and everybody pod is moving, let's start trying to put that together. Let's start trying to bridge these gaps. And like I said, it's just about everybody bringing their energy. If we had a pod and we had a pod with another podcast or 2-3 different pods at once, we all supposed to be able to come and showcase our talent and do what we do. We gonna talk shit to each other. We gonna clown each other. That's a part of it. But that shit is all in what we do. I'm a motherfucking talker at times. I'm going to put my foot in my mouth. I'm going to say shit that, oh shit, nah, that wasn't correct. My bad. I'm not beyond reproach. I'm not beyond motherfuckers coming to get we talk. Yo, boom, 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 you heard what you said? I'm willing to sit down and listen to other ways. I show love to niggas. I don't have a reason not to show love. So I think that's definitely something we need to really, you know, see what up. But like I said, I just wanted to come drop a couple words on y'all, man. Shout out to everybody that's fuck with me on the interviews. I thank you sincerely for giving niggas a chance to be able to put you on a platform and be able to showcase y'all music, and for motherfuckers to feel good enough to come fuck with me and be able to give me these interviews and come on here and be real and share their stories, because all this shit is a part of them when they're coming up here and giving it to me and giving it to y'all. So we all got to be thankful for that and respect everybody that come up and understand some dudes, these are their first interviews. You know what I'm saying? These are their first time talking on a mic. So I think we got to keep that, man, and, you know, give the same respect you would want people to give you. If it was you had a blooper, you had a fucked up moment or whatever have you, give motherfuckers that. And on that note, you already know, man, I'm out here. Just want to drop some words. Fuck with me.